by Gemma Handy Codrington, Barbuda. Image copyright Gemma Handy. Image caption: One man helps fix the local bakery where owners hope to be selling fresh bread again this week. Emotions are high in the low morning sun. The crowd gathered is far more than the boat can carry. As a beleaguered official begins her somber roll call, each person armed with brooms, mops and gloves, and blinking against the bright light is hoping theirs will be the next name called. These are the grim faces of the Barbudans who lost everything they had when cataclysmic Hurricane Irma barreled through their island on the 6th of September, prompting a mandatory evacuation 2 days later. A month on, many are still living in shelters on sister island Antigua and have not yet received permission to return to begin the onerous task of sorting through the rain-sodden remains of the possessions and rebuilding the pulverized houses. Image copyright Gemma Handy. Image caption: Many are traveling home just for a day to salvage possessions. The houses are too badly damaged to stay longer. Authorities are keen to strike a balance between allowing the 1,800 residents home and ensuring there is the infrastructure to cope. Today, the Warner family are among the lucky ones. But they are under no illusions about what awaits them. The home was one of many smashed to pieces by Irma's ferocious 185 mph winds. For now, sorting through the carnage will have to wait, says Juliet Warner. Today's toil involves cleaning up her sister's property, which fared far better. Husband Devon will start by replacing the missing roof with tarpaulin, while Juliet and 16-year-old daughter Chenyesha busy themselves clearing the yard of debris. Image copyright Gemma Handy. Image caption: Juliet Warner and daughter Chenyesha, 16, at work clearing debris. The relatively unscathed single-story property is a refreshing sight among its ravaged neighbors. Mrs. Warner hopes it will be habitable within a couple of weeks. My sister lives in Canada, so it was empty inside, she explains. First we had to get all the water out. It took an hour. Next is mopping and scrubbing the floors. Image copyright Gemma Handy. Image caption: Devon Warner replaces the missing roof on a relative's home with tarpaulin. Once the family has a place to sleep, they will begin to remove the rubble from where their own home once stood. That alone will take a week, Mrs. Warner says. Government chiefs say they hope to restore electricity and running water to the stricken Eastern Caribbean isle within 2 months. Efforts to replace telephone lines and keep disease-spreading mosquitoes at bay are also underway. Most of the once charming township of Codrington remains deathly quiet, feeling post-apocalyptic. A clock on one roofless wall is eerily stuck at 525, the time when the storm hit. Image copyright Gemma Handy. Image caption: Evacuees' pets had to be left behind on Barbuda. Often the only noises come from the odd whir of a generator, a cockerel's crow, or the sudden appearance of some skittish goats making the way down a side street. There's a lot of debris there, bits of roof, trees, someone's freezer, says Mrs. Warner. But I thank God for life. Material things can be replaced. Her most heartbreaking losses are her new sofa set, imported from the Virgin Islands, and her beloved goldfish. My 7 goldfish were my pets. I loved them, she says. They survived the storm, but after the evacuation I couldn't get back to feed them. Mr. Warner says he is grief-stricken at losing the only photo of his parents when they were young, carefree and smiling on the wedding day. Chenyesha is missing her friends, along with normality. The worst part is that school's closed and noon's around. I've been helping my mum and dad, but it's so hot. I just want to see the place back to how it was before, she adds. Where to start? Image copyright Gemma Handy. Image caption: The damaged home where Manoa de Souza has lived most of his life. 8-year-old Manoa de Souza is starting by ensuring he at least has something clean to wear. I will have to replace the roof, but I'm starting by washing all my clothes. The water ruined everything, even my bed, he says sadly, outside the shuttered property his parents built decades ago. Image copyright Gemma Handy. Image caption: Manoa de Souza at work, hand-washing his salvaged clothes. Fellow octogenarian Miriam Harris is also hard at work, single-handedly cleaning up the house she has lived in since 1982. In the absence of her kitchen, she has been cooking on a traditional coal pot. There is one bonus of the laborious daily hunt for wood to fire it up. The food tastes a lot better, she says with a wink. Image copyright Gemma Handy. Image caption: Miriam Harris is using an old-fashioned coal pot for cooking in the absence of her kitchen. Mara Askies is that while her guest house stood up to Irma, her mother's home next door did not. Standing between a forlorn rack of salvaged clothes and a heap of detritus, she says her elderly mother is still in shock. Hardly anything could be saved, Mozaski says. She lost all her photos of her parents and her parents. Image copyright Gemma Handy. Image caption Myra Askey has been cleaning her 75-year-old mother's home so she can return to Barbuda.